Action.
Action. Yes, further struggles. You can see these are the original British Army, what they called flimsies. They were British designed before they came across jerry cans, called jerry cans because the Germans designed them and then the Americans and we copied them because they just made an awful lot more sense. But this one I think is early enough in the war that it's carrying water in these British flimsies. But there's a rack here, you can see, it sticks under the back of the truck underneath.
Did you point to the back and I missed it?
Possibly. Up there,
Okay.
under there.
Yeah.
The mud guards rest against it. But this bit is produced in a sheet of spindly flat metal. It's etched. I've cut it out now, but there's two of those. And I started trying to construct them just on their own. And because you're having thin slivers of metal like that, you're trying to glue that, and there's almost no contact surface. They touch each other with the thinnest thing you can think of, and you've got to glue that. I tried gluing it, that didn't work. I tried soldering it, and I'm not the best solderer, and that didn't work. And in the end, I decided that what I had to do was put the cans together. I can find the cans for you if you're keen. Where are they?
Well, we won't know if people are keen. How are they going to let you know?
I don't know. I'll just assume.
So they'll get it whether they like it or not.
Yeah, can't find them now. Well, anyway, the cans come separately with little etched brass handles on. I managed to do that all right. But there's 6 of those produced. So in the end, all I could do was glue 3 together, 2 lots of 3, and then stick this around it, because that was the only way of doing it. I've left off. There's the locking plate here. I managed to put this tiny little padlock on. It'll be barely distinguishable by the time you're trying to look around the super glue that holds it on. There's another bit here that holds the other end onto the rack, and I just couldn't face it. So that's where I've got to.
Move your bit of paper now.
And there is one of the racks. I've got to paint the rack now. Did you catch the little water signs on the end?
No.
No.
You need to hold it or put it down or something because your fingers, I'm focusing on your fingers. Okay.
Probably too small to see. Water.
No.
All right.
It's there.
And the kit supplies also a couple of jerry cans, which are quite decent. I think in the film you see what turns out to be the German spy throwing a couple of full petrol jerry cans to, is it Harry Andrews? I can't remember the name of the actor. Big bloke, often in a lot of those kind of films, playing the Sergeant Major, I think. Company Sergeant Major. And
if you turn that round, you've been adding stretcher racks and stretchers and you've done quite a lot.
These are the sidewalls of the back. And I think it carries 4 in total. So what I've elected to do, that's, I think, represents what you see in the film, because a lot of the action is you see people sitting on there, or there's a stretcher on the rack. The stretchers come in 6 parts, because one of their number gets wounded and fatally, and she's in there for quite a while.
Can't you've given the game away now?
Have I?
People haven't seen the film.
Have they not? Oh, how can they not be?
Well, you never know.
How can you live this long and not? And then the other side, I've elected to have it raised, because from what I can work out, the first person in, this goes that side, and this one that side. The first casualty goes on the stretcher goes in here, and then it's wound up. There's a handle on here to wind it up, and it tracks it up the side of the thing, so that underneath you've got room for another stretcher. So I've got one raised up and one lowered, and then alongside that, where are they? I'm going to put a couple of folded stretchers in it somewhere. These are ones folded up. And the other thing I've done is the step broke off. There's so many delicate tiny bits on this thing that I broke off the step trying to fit other bits on. So I've put splints on that, made little angle brackets. So it's a bit stronger.
You think I can see that because you've got it facing that way?
I don't know. all you got to do is say it here.
I just did.
That's the rear step.
Right.
And you see the company sergeant major standing on it. I don't quite understand how that works, unless that stops your feet. I don't know. Maybe it helps your feet get up under the step, and ideally I'd find some crew figure with shorts on for the desert, sitting on that back step, but haven't got there yet. But I've put the front seats in and
Jolly good.
left the door to the
Yeah.
I thought I'd have that open. And there's a spare passenger seat there, and
Okay.
right then.
Right then. Thanks.
Durra.